What's the reason that Warren Buffett doesn't invest in real estate? As he is one of the most prominent investors, he says real estate investment is a lousy investment. Well, you need to think and maybe research about it before investing, and if you follow Warren Buffett's advice, then you need to see for yourself why he is against this particular sector. No need to worry as here, so welcome back to the channel. We have got all of the questions answered. Stay tuned. According to Warren Buffett, real estate is a terrible investment compared to the potential of businesses and equities. He means this in the context of business ownership, since he believes that financial success in real estate market is possible, especially during periods of market mispricing. But his specialty is estimating the worth of a company's future cash flows, not real estate, so he stays out of that market. He also thinks that because of the large transaction fees involved in buying and selling stocks, the real estate market is far more efficient. Finally, Berkshire Hathaway's status makes it inefficient for the company to compete in the real estate industry. Let's look at the exact words that Buffett used at one of his shareholder meetings to explain why he doesn't put money into real estate. What discourages Warren Buffett from buying property? Warren Buffett likes to put his money into investments that will both increase in value and produce steady income. His favorite means of investing for himself and Berkshire Hathaway are outright company ownership and investment in the stocks of the greatest firms at a reasonable price. While real estate is somewhat a safe bet as a hedge against currency devaluation due to inflation, and it does generate some cash flow, it lacks the asset creation value that would allow it to scale. As a hedge against a downturn, Buffett favors commodity-producing stocks over real estate. During his younger years, he invested in and farmed property that yielded a steady crop. Therefore, he appreciates the worth of farmland for its ability to produce food, but is less fond of the cash flow structure that results from collecting rentals on real estate. I'm assuming he also enjoyed the increased diversity of clients that comes from a firm that can expand and scale, as opposed to the limited pool of potential tenants that exists in the real estate market. How large is Warren Buffett's property portfolio? Warren Buffett made a $7.5 million profit on the sale of his Laguna Beach, California, the second property in 2018. At the beginning of 2017, he put the beach property on the market for $11 million. He dropped the price by over $3 million to $7.9 million in August of that year. Buffett paid $150,000 for the house in 1971, which is equivalent to almost $1.1 million today due to inflation. He performed well with the one piece of real estate he invested in, thanks to the encouragement of his then wife. Since selling his second home, Buffett has only one real estate holding besides his primary residence, his BRK, which gives him indirect ownership of any REITs or properties held by Berkshire Hathaway. Throughout 2017, Berkshire invested $377 million into the real estate investment trust STORE Capital Corporation. After selling off 53% of its stake in the REIT in the most recent quarterly 13F filing in June, Berkshire now has an investment of only $180 million. STORE Capital Corporation is the industry leader in its target market of single-tenant operational real estate, thus the name, and is a privately held, internally managed net lease real estate investment trust. Being one of the largest and fastest growing net lease REITs, it has a significant, varied portfolio of interests in over 2,500 property sites across the United States, almost all of which are cash cows. Even though he has amassed a fortune, Warren Buffett has remained in the home he purchased for $31,500 in 1958. His 1958 expenditure of $322,816 is equivalent to $202,816 in 2022 due to inflation. His residence is a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom stucco mansion that occupies less than an acre of ground. His Omaha, Nebraska neighborhood is one of the city's most affluent. His notoriety has undoubtedly increased the value of his home, which Zillow estimates at $1.24 million based on the comps in the area. Maybe he was joking when he labeled it the third best investment he's ever made, but Buffett afterward realized how much more money he could have made if he had invested that money in Berkshire Hathaway stock in 1958 instead. This little home represents less than 0.001% of the world's wealthiest people's entire wealth, therefore he must be incredibly frugal. He could live anywhere in the world, yet he always comes back to the modest home that he grew up in, Nebraska. He never felt the need to look elsewhere because he was content there. He obviously doesn't feel confident enough in his abilities to invest in real estate and instead focuses on the stock market and enterprises where he can gain the most leverage and profit. Thanks for watching. Do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay connected.